What's good with you folks? This is Ray Davis coming to you with the truth. This is I Need a Mic podcast where I will be discussing mental health issues I battle with just like you. Let's talk about it's a tagline I use. It's to say enough is enough. Give me my damn mic. I'm tired. The trauma I'm going through. Hey folks, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited and I'm so juiced for this. I'm really am. All right, so before I get to this first podcast interview, get to content warning. Content warning. If there's anything I had or have said in previous episode that has offended you or anyone you have shared any episode with, I would like to apologize. I'd like to also remind you I'm not condoning what I said, but on my podcast, I am real, I am authentic, and I'm a warrior. I'm no longer censored. I'm no longer limited. I'm no longer silent. Mental health will censor you. Mental illness will limit you. And mental emotions will silence you. Oh, right. Yo, y'all in for a treat. Y'all in for a treat. This is I Need a Mic's first podcast interview. Y'all, I got an interview. So go ahead, guest, introduce yourself, please.
Thank you for having me, Ray. So this is Anna Kismorio. My name is Anna Kismorio. I'd like to say that I'm a poet, and as you said, an urban poet. I'm proud to be an urban poet. But before anything else, I am a daughter, I'm a sister, I am a mother, and I'm a friend. And I was born in Vallejo, but I was raised in the province of Ilocos Sur in the Philippines. And so, yeah, I'm bilingual. I speak Tagalog and English. And it's nice to be back in Vallejo. We have a wonderful community. And shout out to the Vallejo Poetry Society as well.
Yes. Shout out to Vallejo. Yes, shout out to the poets in Vallejo in general. Y'all have truly and absolutely helped and guide us make a community, a village. And we all know a village makes a community. I'm appreciative and excited about the influence that everyone has been experiencing. Even with last month being Poetry Month, that was the first time I had actually physically as celebrated.
Oh, wow.
And it was like I wanted to do it this year. Last year I was just writing, and I was just trying to get myself to write, and it's like I can't do 30 days, can't do 30 for 30. We can't always do 30 for 30, but
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, let me just get my emotions out, whatever it is I know I want to make peace with, come to terms with.
Yeah.
I know I've struggled, and I know I would love to continue on receiving my help. And I'm like, I need to figure out what type of poetry am I going to start writing. Am I going to write? Am I going to continue on writing love poems, because that was my first love?
Yeah.
Am I going to do mental health poems now because of I Need a Mic and the influence that I am receiving for I Need a Mic?
Yeah.
I'm like, let me do head to toe. Let me go through the steps of what I remember my therapist helping me get through. How's your head feeling? How's head to toe? Ask how you feeling. And I did that internally with my poetry.
Yes.
And I was like,
poetry
okay.
Is an
Yes.
dialogue.
Yes, I went through my emotions by angry, sad. If it's something that someone can relate to, or someone's like, well, I don't know what to say about that. And when I do experience people who hear my poetry, and sometimes when they hear the exotic pieces,
Yeah.
I don't always receive good responses.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be mixed. It'd be mixed. Yeah, it'd be some positive, some like, well, I don't know what to say about that.
Uh-huh.
And when people see my appearance and know my lifestyle,
Yeah.
it's like my life. Put that aside. My heart is still showing. My heart is still on my sleeve. It says, I wait on you to see it. I know it's there, because otherwise I wouldn't have allowed myself to be so easy approached.
And that's strength right there.
Yes.
To be authentic and vulnerable and
Yes.
just be yourself, no
Yes.
matter what they say.
Yes, and that's just the ups and downs of the universe of Ray, I call it. And I
Yes.
have a poem of titled "The Universe of Ray." I'm gonna definitely recite it. It's I consider it my angry poem, and it's like just my angry series. I let it out.
Yeah.
It's like how we know snakes shed the old skin. They
Exactly.
let it, and that was my feeling was letting it out.
I term that purging. Like
Yes,
you gotta release that
gotta release that.
anger and rage.
Yes, and there was a lot that I was holding in. It was like the biggest blackhead ever. It really was. So folks, today's interview is titled "We Are Urban Poets." We are urban poets. So the reason why I had decided to title it "Urban Poets," we are urban poets, is because when I had first I was last month I went to poetry readings, a couple poetry readings, and before the poetry readings, when I was posting some things on the Vallejo Poetry Society page, Anna was always like liking, and I was like, Anna, what's up? I was like, oh snap, thank you so much,
Of
oh my
course.
god, yes, and so I was like, I appreciate it because it's like I know my poetry hits different audiences,
Yeah.
and I had experience in writing a little bit of everything, and I was in my Edgar Allan Poe mode, I
Yeah.
was in my Langston Hughes mode, I was in my Maya Angelou mode, I
Yeah.
was in my Gil Scott Heron mode. It was like I wanted to really be like a poet chameleon.
Yes. Yeah.
And in case somebody were to challenge me, I want to say,
You wanna
"Oh,
be
I did
versatile.
this."
Yeah.
Yes,
Flexible.
yes,
Be
I
able to
want.
talk about anything about
Yes.
life.
Yes. So the theme of the interview will be about how we talk about mental health issues within our poetry. If Anna, if there is any goals you want people to take from this interview, that will also be mentioned and or asked. So, first question. Oh my gosh, you ready?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. First question. All
I'm
right.
ready.
Yes. So tell tell people your poetry story. When did it start, and what or who inspired you?
So my poetry story goes way back to when I was a young girl, a little girl, when my father, my late father, he passed away in 2019. He gifted me a diary, and I didn't know what to do with it, but I loved how it looked with the golden lock and key. And it said, write about your day, write about your feelings, your emotions. And growing up with that notebook, with that journal, with that diary, it gave me that freedom of a narrative, like telling the story of how I see life, of how I see family or relationships. And some people would, invent an imaginary friend because of being lonely or alone most of the time. I turned to writing, and this gave me a voice, and I found myself in poetry.
Yes, ma'am.
Wordplay, playing with words and rhymes and vocabularies.
Yes, grammar.
Yes, it
Yes.
is. It's a creative outlet, but it's also very therapeutic.
Yes, it is. Yes,
So,
it is.
during the pandemic, that's where I collected all my poems. I wrote a lot because I was searching. All of these
Yes.
feelings came to the surface.
Yes.
And before publishing, I questioned myself: should I do this? Because it's very personal and very
Yes.
raw. But what motivated me is other people who may relate to what I'm trying to say about relationships. That it's okay. It's okay to go through these struggles. It's okay to have mental health issues. We shouldn't normalize mental health issues, but we should normalize talking about it.
Yes. Yes, it's
And
definitely something.
so after I published my book, I asked Karen Finway of Alibi, and I sell my book in front of your bookstore on Vallejo Art Walk, and you should sign up with a consignment with me. And that's where it all started. I found a community, and I know that I didn't have to struggle alone. Let's struggle together.
Yes, yes, and that's something that I've also write within my poetry as well too. Is I acknowledge the things that it's hard for me to talk about.
Yes.
And it's like I write it in my poetry because I'm like, this seems like it's one of the few times people may actually listen to me. But then it's like some people don't understand me in the same way. And it's like, okay, I got to explain it to you like this. I got to explain it to you like this. I'm Ray, but my actual name is Rachel.
Yes, I heard that in your podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's like I'm appreciative of, I'm okay with people calling me Ray. It is my childhood nickname. It is something, well, Ray is my childhood nickname. It is something that the family call me. It's like if you ever around me and my family, you would hear Ray. And so that always lights me up.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm actually okay with people calling me Ray. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Not everybody think that when I tell my name is Rachel, everybody see it. It's like, you right? Yeah, I'm Rachel. Oh God, I wasn't expecting you. Yeah, I know. I know. And so I just I learned to laugh at everything now. With just me being openly gay, I learned to laugh at it all. I'm like, look, y'all, I'm not out here trying to disrespect any woman. I really want an actual woman. I want someone younger than me. You could be my age or older. I'm fine with that. So I just my poetry was my way to say I'm feeling love.
Yeah.
I'm feeling some source of love. And so I started to just get inspired. I was writing stories at first.
Yeah, love poems are beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Full of
And it's
feeling.
yes, it's the imagination. I want to allow my imagination to take me into what ifs.
Mm-hmm.
I should have. All of that. And so who inspired you? Who inspired your poetry style?
So what inspired my poetry? I have to say it wasn't any kind of famous poets. They were artists. They were song artists. I mean, like Alanis Morissette was one of them. I loved her songs and her lyrics.
Yes.
How she played with the imagery of her lyrics.
Yes.
I was in high school and I said, "Wow, she's very she's badass. She's straightforward."
She didn't care.
Yeah, she has no filter. And I
She
said,
did not
I want
care.
to speak that way. I want to be able to be free and speak
Yes.
that way.
Yes.
And on Instagram, I found a lot of talented poets as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Who do not have, published books or anything, but kudos to them. Like, I salute them for their
Yes.
talent, and they
Yes.
inspire me as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, no, that is something that I'm in the works of definitely going to do myself. Maybe next couple of years. I want to financially be capable to put the work into it, and I know it's going to financially take a lot. And I'm like, but I'm going to be prepared for this work. I'm going to be, my mind, my mental, my emotion, it's going to be there.
Whatever you put your heart into, whatever your heart is in, it's worth it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So when did you start to write about mental health issues in your poetry?
So I started writing about mental health issues when I was in college. I was struggling with my grades, and I always felt that I didn't fit in class or with friends. I always felt that I wasn't good enough or smart enough or talented enough. And I would write about these things, and I would just question myself and wonder, why do I think the way that I do, or why do I feel the way that I do?
Yes.
And I want to know where it's coming from.
Yes.
And that's where I think that's where I started writing about mental health, and it just blew up during adulthood and going through all these failed relationships. I went through a failed marriage, and then after that failed marriage, I went from one relationship to the other, and they all failed. And I'm like, I'm fell into this ugly pattern of relationships. I want to change.
Yes.
And that's when I started writing more about love and the dark side of love and how it could cause mental health issues and codependency and trauma and
Yes.
those kind of ugly things, and being able to find that light again.
Yes.
Yeah.
That voice, that vocal identity to say, okay, this is me. This is me, and it's all about maintaining that theme. And it's like sometimes, yeah, of course we go off, but it's like it actually does relate to it. It's something emotional, so it's actually relate to it. So I'm good. I think I'm gonna keep this. Matter of fact, I think I may go longer on this one. And so it's like it feels good to write free writes as well too. And it's like sometimes those free writes can be a piece. It can be a long story, a long poem, or it can lead into a story chapter or a part. And it's so all of that, it's like it does involve our mental, it does involve our emotional, it does involve our spiritual. And so all of that. So yes, oh my gosh, let's get to the good part. The good part.
Like putting all the writing out there. You're putting yourself out there to be judged by other people, unfortunately.
Yes, you is.
Like, even if you say don't judge me, there will be judgment. And you're going to have to be okay with that. And have that confidence that you can deal with it. Have that confidence that regardless of what they say, you know who you are.
Yes.
So that's how strong poetry is.
Yes.
It's just poetry, but it's really powerful.
Yes. You may have to speak up a little bit. There we go. All right, so let's talk about your book, Sugar Coated Bruises.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, y'all. Now, so I gotta tell y'all, when I was communicating with Anna on the book, I was like, I'm afraid to read it. She was like, why? Because I know the hype gonna be real. I know it. I had to hold one of the poems you have recited. I had to hold the tears.
Oh my goodness.
Because I was closing my eyes. I was like, oh crap, she hitting it. She owned it. I was like, oh.
Oh my goodness.
And so it was like, that's when I started to really, I was closing my eyes the whole time because I love to close my eyes and listen. I was feeling what you were saying. And it was something that I was like, she writes like how I write. Hold on.
Yeah.
She's urban. She's urban. Urban don't have no color. Urban, so
that means a lot to me, though, that you were able to relate to.
Yes.
Yeah, to my poetry.
Oh my! And it's like I'm still taking. I'm still writing. I'm still reading it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna be reading it for a minute. I'm definitely gonna be wanting people to look and see what is it and be like, oh, where you get that at?
Yeah.
Alibi.
Alibi Bookshop.
Alibi Bookstore at downtown Vallejo, y'all. It's right around the corner from Momo's Cafe. Excuse me. And so let's get to talking about your book. I wrote a quote. I didn't write down the title of the poem, but I wrote a quote that, I wrote something that really hit me. Home is a consistently changing thing, so I keep fragments of it in my pocket at all times.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I felt that here. If I were to show you my keychain, I have certain things that mean so much to me, including the room for rent. That key, I still have it.
Oh my god.
This is I call it my key of hope. And I even have a poem that's titled Key of Hope. And so
you reading that line to me made me tear up a bit because I've never heard anyone read it out loud for me. That is a very personal line.
Yes. That's what I was like. Oh my gosh. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I was like, home is a constant. And it's like if we all have our own vision of what home is, what home is what one thing that we have experienced. I'm pretty sure all of us have experienced. It's the influences. It's the influences. It's the impact, the positive impact that helps your plant grow. You know, that really helps your plant. Oh my gosh. So I wrote another to my muse. Oh my gosh, to my muse. I said, hold on.
That takes a lot of guts to put that out.
To my muse.
To my muse.
Because it's like, I know we have so many. Yeah. We have so many, but it's always that one person who can always press on that button and be like, "Oh crap! Okay, you got me."
Yeah.
All right. I was. Yeah. Okay. Right. I'm listening. I am listening, and that was like, I'm like, I know I have so many muses. So many, and I love y'all all. I love y'all all. Most importantly, I love the God kids.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, put it out.
Yes, I love the God kids, the babies. Now, I love everyone. I love everyone equally, and so another piece, relapse.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was heavy during the pandemic because what the story about that piece was, I thought I moved on. I thought I was good. I thought I was strong, confident. And then the pandemic hits. There's nothing to do. All these feelings come rushing back, and it's telling you, nope, you haven't done your healing. I'm still here. Yes. The wounds, we're still here.
Yes.
And so I had to go through that process again. Yes. I had to bleed. I had to purge. I had to be honest with myself. Okay, I think I still have feelings for this person.
Yes.
And you have to be honest with yourself at first. If you want to heal, the first step is honesty, acknowledging that feeling, and just going through the ugly emotions that come with it.
Yes. Yes, pain. That's what I felt with relapse too. I thought at some point I was like, I'm cool. I'm good. And then my god brother, I hope you're going to be listening to this. If not, you already know I'm always whoop your ass. But no, my god brother, he has always asked me, Ray, he asked me one day, Ray, did you heal from what you're going to therapy for? I said, I love you, but I wasn't ready to answer that. And it was something that I wasn't ready for, but it was the right time for it to have happened.
Yeah.
It was like, you know what, this is meant. Ray, let's really work on the things that we're going to therapy for. And so I started to work on why I stutter.
Yeah.
I started to acknowledge my anxiety from it. I started to just remember what my heart is. And that is my journey still.
Yeah.
Is to remember where my heart is. Losing my sister to suicide, that was...
Yeah, I've heard about that. That's terrible.
Yes,
terrible.
Thank you. And she was the youngest girl. Yeah. I do have a younger brother, but she was the youngest girl. So him and my sister, our sister was pretty close. So it was like that had took me over. It was like my heart broken, and I don't know when it's going to be fixed.
No.
And our relationship wasn't strong. Yeah. I wish our relationship was strong. I wish that what I'm doing now, I wish I would have be doing it with her. I'm pretty sure that she would have been employed like how I am. I'm pretty sure she would have wanted to see what the community is like, and just doing something like a platform. I wouldn't want to done it with my siblings first. And it's like, let's come together and let's all talk about the things that a lot of siblings are not willing to talk about. Let's do something different. Yeah. And then when she had passed, I was specifically gonna let Anita Mike be poetry. And I was talk to my god brother. I was like, bro, there's something more. I feel like something in me is telling me do something more. And so I was like, I think I'm gonna do a podcast. I think I'm gonna do a podcast.
So that's how your podcast started.
Yes. After she had passed, and once my sister, before my sister had passed, my grandmother on my dad's side had passed, and knowing I met her twice in my lifetime, that was pretty hard. I wanted more time.
Yeah.
And I was hoping to had made more time. And it's like, it's okay. It's the time that I was given. It's the time I'm blessed with.
Yeah.
And so with my sister passing after my grandmother, I was like, come on now. I was in therapy and I received a phone call. And that was like, I'll call you right back. And I did. I called my therapist back right away. I was like, this is what happened. Mm-hmm. And this is what, I still have the newspaper article from it. And that's why after I got that phone call, I texted my cousin who's also a podcaster too.
Yeah.
I said, cause I know he's well known in the community in the Bay Area of Richmond. And I'm like, if you know any mental health awareness events, suicide awareness events, let me know, please. I need a mic. And from that text message, I still had that text message. I said, that's it. And I was searching for the name. And I was like, that's it. I need a mic. I need a mic.
Yeah. You gotta amplify that voice.
Oh my gosh. And it hit. And it was like one of the last things that I remember, one of the memories, positive memories I remember of my sister is she was holding a mic too. Oh. And it was her graduation that I went to. And it was like, oh my gosh, look at my baby. Look at my baby girl. And so I was like, I need a mic. And then to get the artwork, I had contacted a guy out in Australia. Nice guy. He does a street sketch. And the artwork that's on the platform, folks, and on my business card, that's the actual artwork. I actually have it behind my wall. So whenever you see my reels, it's actually behind me. so I make sure you see it. Make sure y'all see it.
So your podcast has a very meaningful story. I appreciate that. That's amazing.
Yes, and this is when I felt like there was something more. And it was also during COVID too. And it was the post-COVID, I believe. And post-COVID, I was just getting out of a relationship, and I wanted to find myself again because I lost myself in romantic relationships. I said, no, I'm not. Not the energy and love I felt like I should have poured it into the people who actually really needed it. And I always had said, my siblings wanted to tell me, Ray, we don't like the fact that you're in relationships. I wish they would have had the capability back then to tell me that things would have been what they are now. But I'm like, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Mm-hmm. It's okay to have those memories. It's okay to have the thoughts.
Yeah.
It's okay to say, hey, I still want to get myself situated so that if you ever want to come through and spend the night, I got a blow-up mattress for you. I got a futon for you. It's like, I'm going to, it's something that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm putting it into the universe. I've been planting it in the universe.
Whatever we go through, it serves a purpose in our life. And we just have to be grateful, not only for the good, but for the bad.
Yes.
I mean, if you love who you are now, why would you regret something in the past?
Yes. And that's on that I focus on who you is, not who you was.
Yeah.
And so, last question in the interview. Question, hype yourself. Please let the folks know about your social media platforms.
So you could follow me at poems_by_Anna. That is NNANNA. And my Facebook as well is Poems by Anna.
Yes.
Simple as that.
Yes. All right, folks. Yes. Let's get to this closeout quote. And I will also send you the closeout quote too. So closeout quote, folks. Don't know who said this, but whoever did, thank you. Don't expect growth to be easy. You will be tested. You will feel overwhelmed. And you will want to quit. But to improve your life, you must improve your tolerance. That's the price of growth. So, oh my gosh. Now you have heard me speak some truth. This is my way of passing the mic to you. I hope my courage and drive motivate you. Y'all take care, stay safe, and please, folks, kiss your kids every day. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you so much for having me, Ray. God bless you.
Yeah, thank you.